Does pineapple belong on pizza? Are Macs actually better than PCs? Is it ever acceptable to wear socks with sandals? Some debates never die. Sure, some of these come down to taste, but others, they're more complex than they seem. What works in one situation might fail completely in another. And make no mistake, the discussions in the business world are just as passionate and divisive. Here's another head scratcher. Who owns customer renewals? Is it sales or customer success? It's the million-dollar question, quite literally. With your company's annual recurring revenue on the line, this decision shapes everything from team structure to customer experience. Get it wrong, and you could be leaving serious money on the table. Get it right, and you'll build a renewal engine that powers your company's growth. Over the next few minutes in this video, we're going to break down this critical debate so you can work out what's best for your organization. Stay tuned as we look at what's working for top companies, where things go wrong, and how to find the right model for your business. Under the subscription economy, customer retention is the name of the game. It's not all about new, not just hunting for new logos anymore, we're farming for growth. And this analogy comes from Guy Nerpaz's influential book, Farm Don't Hunt. If you haven't heard of it, get to know. It's the CSM Bible and is featured in another video we created exploring the best books about customer success. If you haven't watched it, you should definitely check it out. But what Guy Nerpaz writes is really interesting. He argues that companies should focus on building a customer-centric culture rather than purely going after new accounts. This approach, which Nerpaz calls farming, is the bedrock of customer success and far more economical in the long term than hunting for new customers. A bit of context. When going after a prospect, it can cost a company up to 5 times more than retaining an existing one. That's some serious cash. Okay, so let's introduce the key players in the debate over renewal ownership. We've got sales reps, customer success managers, account executives, or a specialist renewals role. First up, let's consider sales. These are our deal closing superstars. Sales teams are well-versed in commercial relationships and negotiations. But here's the catch. Their focus on closing deals might lead to a more transactional approach to renewals. Of course, it entirely depends on your business model, type of product, and your clients' needs. Let's say the sales process at your company is long and complex. It's taken a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get the sale over the line, and the prospect, now client, has put a lot of trust into the sales rep who's handled the relationship up until that point. Now, in this case, it may be better for sales to take the lead on renewing this account as they're offering the client continuity and stability. If it's been a tricky and long sales cycle, that friendly face at the point of renewal might be what it takes to move the needle. Okay, now for the second contender, customer success teams. Customer success managers are in a unique position. They know the customer intimately, having been with them since onboarding, and in some cases, the relationship can go back even before the sale. Customer Success Collective's research shows that nearly 2/3 of global customer success teams are responsible for renewals. There are some strong arguments against letting CSMs handle renewals. First off, think about it. CSMs are there to help customers win, to guide them toward their goals, and to make sure they're getting real value. The moment you start talking money, that relationship changes. Some people argue that mixing in financial talk would mess up that pure focus on customer success. Argument number 2 is pretty controversial. It's about whether CSMs can actually handle the pressure when big money's on the table. A lot of folks believe that when you're negotiating those high-stakes renewals, you need someone with serious commercial muscle, someone who eats, sleeps, and breathes deals. They say, let CSMs do what they do best, focusing on value while the sales pros handle the money talk. Account management offers a middle ground between customer success and sales, bringing a hybrid approach to the renewals table. It's like having the best of both worlds, relationship building and deal closing in one neat package. Take Emily Garza's divide and conquer strategy, for example. She describes it as a partnership where the CSM does all of the work leading up to that successful outcome, and the account executive comes in and does the negotiation and paperwork. This approach works well for organizations that want to maintain a strong focus on customer outcomes without neglecting the importance of revenue. The beauty of account management is the potential for deeper relationships while ensuring commercial conversations are in skilled hands. But this approach isn't perfect. Blurred boundaries between CSMs and account managers can confuse customers, leaving them unsure of who to turn to. Plus, account managers typically handle large enterprise clients, meaning smaller accounts might slip through the cracks. Last but not least, we've got the specialist renewals role. The idea here is efficiency. As your company scales, having a dedicated team for renewals can lighten the load on your sales and customer success teams, letting them focus on their primary missions. Renewals specialists often combine the best traits of CSMs and account managers. They understand the customer's journey while bringing the commercial expertise needed to navigate tough negotiations. However, there's a catch. This setup isn't for everyone. Smaller companies with limited resources may find it hard to justify creating a separate renewals team. And there's always the risk of customers feeling passed around if handoffs between teams aren't handled delicately. But for larger organizations with a complex customer base, having renewal specialists can be a game changer, ensuring a proactive and streamlined renewal process. Now, I know what you're thinking. Just tell me the answer already. But here's the kicker. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. It depends on your company's size, maturity, and specific needs. But fear not. Here are some factors to help you figure it out. 1. You need to define clear ownership and accountability. There needs to be a defined owner for renewal responsibility. 2. Seriously consider your sales cycle length. Longer, more complex sales cycles might benefit from more sales team-led intervention. 3. Think carefully about your team structure and resources. It might feel progressive and shiny to have specialist roles, but you've got to work with the budget and team you can afford and what your client base demands. And finally, 4, focus on the customer experience above all else. Ensure that the renewal process prioritizes long-term customer success. Where does this leave us? Well, just like the eternal pineapple on pizza argument, there's rarely a universal answer. Whoever owns renewals needs to be able to balance commercial objectives with maintaining strong customer relationships. The goal is to secure renewals while ensuring customers continue to derive value from your product or service. As SaaS companies evolve, so too will the strategies for managing renewals. What's most important is finding an approach that works for your organization and your customers. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you found this video useful, it's just the tip of the iceberg. We've got a ton more customer success resources for you over at customersuccesscollective.com. Articles, podcasts, ebooks, reports, templates, you name it. Dive in and expand your CS knowledge. Thanks for watching and see you next time.